Hey guys, it's Sanu and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the 6 most efficient and easy ways of taking notes. If you were searching for it, this is your sign to start making notes right away. Some of these methods may be cliche for you, but nonetheless they are very amazing. The first method that I'm going to be talking about in this video is the outline method. It is very known for the simplicity and as well as it might come off as a very lengthy method of note taking. But I've been using it for many years now and I think this is a very amazing method because anyone can pick up this method and just work with it with zero issues. In this method, we select the major key points from a chapter or a lesson, and under these key points, we write more in-depth subpoints based on what is being discussed on these topics. This method is the best in my opinion because it keeps your notes very organized and in a very attractive as well as easy to catch manner. You can see the relationships between the subtopics and the topics, and you can actually cross what kind of question can be asked from a particular topic. You will not have to scratch your head or be puzzled at the time of revision for your exams. You can simply open your notes and start reading the topic. So I think it's very organized and very easy to use. It can be lengthy of course, but it's nice. The second method is the Cornell method. And I think this is the most common note-taking methods. Many students and many scholars believe that the outline method is inspired by the Cornell method. So basically what you are going to do is still organize your notes into an efficient manner but with a little more organization. We are going to divide the page into 3 sections, a narrow column called the Q, then a wider section for the actual notes. The summary section goes at the bottom of each page according to the traditional Cornell method, but well, I think this is a very neat approach and it's a bit too organized to be realistic. So I have modified it a little bit, and what we are going to do here is we're going to write the notes on every page and make a Q section on every single page. In the Q section, you can write the references or whatever little things your teacher is going to tell regarding books or what kind of articles you should read about a particular topic, but you are not going to write summary on the end of every page. You can write it after a certain topic is completed or after a few pages. You don't have to make the summary section at the bottom of each page because certainly in college or in university or sometimes even in school, you cannot practically write summary for every topic because every topic cannot be completed into one page. The third method is the mind mapping method. This method works for subjects that have interconnected and complex topics, for example, history, chemistry, or philosophy. This method is amazing for the visual aid. You can use sketches, mile liners, or different color of pens to make it more attractive. You can visualize your notes very easily during exam, and it might take some time to go through this method, but at the end it actually gives results. First we start with the main concept at the center and then we begin branching off that lead to events. You can simply start off with the broad general ideas, and while you're reviewing your notes later on, you can always add up the sub-concepts on those branches. And I think according to some researches, it's very good for the revisions, and I personally prepare my doomsday notes right before the exams, and they are the most brief and condensed notes, so I think this method has worked wonder for me. Okay, so the fourth method is the flow notes method. This is the method with which you can actually actively recall and maximize your learning capacity in the classroom itself. In this method, you're going to jot down the topics and draw arrows, diagrams, or quick charts to get a general idea of what's going on. This is also a very quick method for taking notes in the classroom itself. Now, I like to modify it a little bit. I'll take the rough notes during the lecture and then eventually I will be elaborating them when I'll be studying them personally, those notes later on, so that I can actively recall them. And I think this works amazing for me when I'm preparing my doomsday notes because I'm a person who loves to make notes several times and in different forms for the same thing so that I can revise them more often and I can actively recall. So I think this is the best method for that. Now I know this is going to be the fifth method, but I have actually written seven there accidentally. Forget me for that. But the QEC method is the method that has been derived from Cal Newport's book, The Straight A Student. It stands for question, evidence, and conclusion. And the main purpose is to basically structure all your lecture and notes in the form of question, evidence, and conclusion format. This note taking system is two in one, since besides helping you organize information while you're reading or attending your lecture, you're also making valuable study material for your revision for the exams. What you have to do is make the three sections like we did in the Cornell method, but instead of naming them the Q, the notes, and the summarize section, you're going to name them the question, evidence, and the conclusion section. In the question section, you can actually write the questions about what is being taught. In the evidence section, you can write the answers to those questions or simply just evidences that have been found in your textbook. The last method of note taking is the charting method. In this method, you can use charts to condense and organize your notes. It involves splitting a document into several columns and rows for information, and then you can fill them up with the summaries or information. This results in a note format that enables efficient comparison between different topics and different ideas. And I think while taking notes with this method, you can actually digitalize your notes using Excel or using Microsoft Word or even the Google Sheets. I have a friend of mine who is studying medicine and he even uses this method for preparing his notes on Excel. Well, I think this method is good for the subjects that have factual or statistical information and that have subtopics that are directly comparable to each other and the information that can be compartmentalized into the tables. One another fact that I would list here is that you can always add up a row or a column later on to use this method. And now, lastly, the only tip I will give you is that always highlight or underline your notes while you are studying in your lecture. If you have textbook or if you have digital spreadsheet or slides, always take those notes during the lecture because it's very important to know what additional facts your teacher have taught you or what kind of facts they are teaching you so that you can later on use them in your notes. Okay, so this was it for today's video, guys. I hope I'll see you in the next video. Till then, you better take care and stay safe. I will see you very soon.